Hi, I'm gonna look for memes. Yes, what's your question? Like how I have my Spotify audio on a separate track, so that way it's not on the VOD? Is that what you're referring to? Yes, you can. In this section here, sound settings, you'll have like your default output. You go to volume mixer. You can go to Chrome and change it to whatever output you want. So now that's going to be on the virtual cable, for example, on mine. So if I play a YouTube video, when you go to clip this, it won't be there. The audio won't. Because basically only you can hear this audio now. But if I switch it from that back to the regular input, or just default, which same thing.
Okay.
Now it will show up on the VOD.
So these are real people, right?
Right. I actually wasn't planning on editing specifically. I was gonna look for different like memes or sounds to save for videos. I also coaching Toast, but with Yvonne as our interpreter. I want to watch it so bad. You want more Among Us from Toast? You know, there is another group that I know of that could just make Among Us content instead. The only downside to one like this is that they're all clumped into one video. So like I'd have to search for the meme that I want every single time.
Oh no.
That's a good one. So I was gonna create a new playlist, memes or videos. Yep. So basically I take this green screen, right? Actually, I'll just show you. Actually, you can do it in OBS as well. So if I go to my SSS podcast audios and memes, it's full, right? I got ones like this.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Taption. Right? I've also got fun ones like this.
Engaged. Congratulations. Isn't she charming?
This is all in OBS that I'm doing this, right? In the same folder, I can grab a picture. And then if you go to the video, you add a filter. So as you can see, it's gonna have this green screen here, right? You can just add a chroma key and boom. Now you can see through it, right? Well, I guess you can't really tell that you can see through it, but you can see through it. Well, actually you can, duh. So you can see through it now, right? So if I wanted to add a meme like this to a video or to this, right? So if I wanted to add a meme like this onto my stream, right? Instead of virtual cables and stuff like ours, I don't think I'd charge anything. It's super easy to do. I was actually thinking of making a video, but there's actually like 4 videos that I copied. But let's say I want to add this meme right into my stream, right? And I'll post a link to the video right after this. But I was thinking of adding memes like this onto my stream so I could just press a button and it'll pop up, right? And it'll be hilarious. Or I also wanted to add it so people could redeem it with bits. So someone could like for 200 bits, right? You can redeem this meme and it'll pop up on the screen, right? So let's just watch.
Now, this just in, police officers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, were asking people to be on the lookout for a man who robbed a store. And I think, yeah, I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description. Okay. This is the guy they wanted people in Pennsylvania to be out on the lookout for. He's got, who's got a nose and some hair that goes like that, and he was wearing a hat at the time of this particular crime. It's got kind of a chin that comes down to almost a point.
Is that not a good one? And then the cool thing about that is that you can just throw whoever's face on there. And since his description is so vague that the dude says he, right? So it won't fit as well if like I were to put Michelle's face or your face, right? It kind of has to be a dude. It making sense is part of the joke. As where with like some other memes, it really doesn't matter because like the joke isn't the accurate description of the suspect, right? But I can also add ones like this.
Here's Johnny.
What other ones do I have in here? Oh, I also have this cool one. I was also gonna send you guys a version of this that's a GIF, so that way you can just have it pop up on your screen. I just couldn't find a way. I was looking for a way to, like, you see how it like does the animation, but it just does it like over and over and over again super quick. I was looking for a way to slow it down, and I don't know if you can as this kind of file. And so I think it has to be as one of these files where it just pops up once and then like have it set to like a button. So I was thinking of like every time I press R, so like I'm playing League, every time I press R, this pops up. It's super subtle, and that way it's like already there if I wanted to clip a part. And typically if there's going to be a part that I want to clip in a game, it's typically when I'm ulting, I would think. Unless I'm playing Belveth, in which case I'm ulting at the end of the fight, which perfect time for it to pop up, right? So yeah, that was basically one of my ideas. The only thing is I'd have to set up the hotkey and have it not interfere with League, right? I don't want it to press R and have that pop up instead of using my ult. So I need to try it, which is why I haven't told you guys to add this yet. But the cool thing about stuff like that, right? Like I can have it set to loop, but you can also do things like this. So first I can chroma key, right? So it's obviously weird that it's like randomly placed there. But if I do a 3D transform, I can just have it pop up and it'll still be diagonal just like my camera. I can also make it the opposite direction, right? So that way I can have it pop up on this side. The only downside to that, like if I want it to be uniform, right? Have us all do the same thing. Something like that can't be the thing. I can't have it slanted if I want everyone to do it. Because, well, mainly because like you have to download a separate plugin to even be able to do that. But on top of that, it doesn't work on Streamlabs OBS. So anyone not using regular OBS will not be able to do that. There's actually a lot of things you won't be able to do. Like this, you know how when I switch scenes, everything just kind of moves and shifts into place, right? Like this. Right? Everything kind of moves. You can't do that in Streamlabs. Which is funny, I actually use Streamlabs like on like for my bot. Like my bot commands. There's this website called crossclip.com. For anyone that ever wants to get TikToks out of their Twitch streams and you have no clue anything about video editing at all, right? If you know nothing, this will help you a lot. So let me just grab a clip. So you just take the URL of the clip, right? So clips.twitch.tv/ whatever it pops up with. Get clip. Room. And then you can size the camera. And smooth. And then you can compile, name it whatever, Billy Madison. Save it as 60 FPS, 1080p. Create the clip, and then it will shift it for you. You don't have to do anything else. It will take the full clip, shift it into a vertical version with the camera on top or on the bottom, whichever you want to set it up as. I find it better at the top because obviously all the words and like, comment, whatever is all on the bottom. So if the primary thing is the gameplay, you want to put it at the top. Is like the biggest note that I watched, like as far as learning how to edit. It'll compile itself, which takes a bit. Right? And then you're like, oh, I want to share this to TikTok, but how do I do that on a computer? Right? Because you can only make clips while you're on a PC or on a desktop. Obviously, unless you're on Android, then you can just request desktop site. But they also have a mobile app on your phone that when you open it, it pops up with all of your clips. And I can click on any of them.
Like, you cannot really tell me that literally, like, people are here all the time. Why?
I mean, shut them up, by the way.
I mean, I guess, but still, fuck.
And I can pull up any of these clips. Including that clip right there. Right? So that clip just made pops right up into my phone. And you can share directly from this app. So you don't even have to like worry about anything. So that is super dope. So I highly suggest if you have Streamlabs Ultra or whatever, you do get this feature for free. There is a free version, but it has like a watermark that pops up at the end. But I think the paid version is actually like only like a couple bucks. I think it's less than $5 a month. That for those, if you don't have that, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Especially if you're trying to like grow. Because like Michelle did that, like would just post TikToks. Literally grew insanely fast. So I got to get on the ball with that. Obviously, I'm not as disciplined. Like, I'll watch a whole ass VOD to make one fat YouTube video, right? But then when it's like, do I want to go back and find all of the clips in that same VOD? Nope. Or if I go through a VOD and grab clips, do I want to make that into a YouTube video? Nope. So I have a hard time with that. Yeah, so this is the program that I use for audio. So I don't have a Go XLR, or actually I don't have any audio program or like hardware. So I use this program, which is called Voice Meter Banana. I don't know why it's called Voice Meter Banana, but it's called Voice Meter Banana. Regular Voice Meter is ass. Don't use it. Just Voice Meter Banana. There is another version of Voice Meter that has more virtual cables, but it does cost money. So just keep that in mind. There's a better version, costs money. This version is completely free. And you can also get a virtual output cable like that you can program in, which is what I do and what I've done for Mache's to separate the audios. And so this cable output is where all of like the audio goes that I don't want to be on my VOD. So right now Spotify is going through that and I can change the volume. And the crazy thing about this is when I change the volume here, it changes it in my ear, but it doesn't change it for you. So you still get the same volume consistently the whole time. Meaning that if there's like, if the music is already like decent volume for stream and I want to turn it up for me without having the stream to be impacted with it, I can just, and now it's absurdly loud in my ear. Like I can't hear shit other than this music. And if I don't even, let's say I'm in a game, right? So the big thing about this is like for peeps like us that are trying to climb on stream, right? Obviously music probably isn't gonna keep us as focused as we would be without music. But with music, it keeps the stream like lively while we're silent because we're so focused, right? I can actually choose for this not to play through my headphones. So you can hear music right now. I can't hear any music. I have no clue that it's even playing. Obviously, the only downside to that is that like 3 hours after my stream, I realized that I'm still playing music, but that does play a factor. So this program, super nice. If I had like an actual Go XLR where I could like put them all onto different like voice channels and then just program it that way, like that's a lot easier, obviously. Or like there's another like audio thing that you can get. I forgot what it's called. Literally forget what it's called, but it's basically like this audio thing where you can program each, you can put every program onto its own separate thing. Yeah, a Go XLR is basically this, but it's a physical version. So everything will go through its own audio track, right? Like you know that everything goes through its own audio track. You just probably don't know how to separate it, right? And what's up, Tomato? I am talking about video editing and just everything that I've done like on my stream or anything that you really want to know. I can kind of go over all of it.